Hi guys, Steve Powell, PTA Global faculty. What I'd like to do is to introduce a short video that was created on behalf of PowerPlate International with the intention of showcasing how PTA Global's sciences, systems and tools can be applied to the wonderful world of vibration. So what we're going to look at first before we get into the content of the video is part of PTA Global's movement system. We have a tool 3DC, and one of the 5 checkpoints of 3DC is environment. So for us to anchor the point to understand that as soon as we start to use PowerPlate in this example, which is essentially a change of environment, that's an initial change of the 5 checkpoints. So what that then does is, by using PowerPlate or an acceleration platform, we change the demand on the body, and therefore we can apply any movement, whether that be movement preparation, goal-based movement, recovery and regeneration, and we take advantage of the benefits of vibration or acceleration training by simply changing the environment. However, the point of this video is to take another concept, which is mobilizers. Firstly introduced by Ian O'Dwyer, the brilliant Ian O'Dwyer, and what we're going to see in this short video are exercises that have been taken, and by utilizing the concept of mobilizers, which will be explained, and then to accelerate that response by using vibration training to hopefully give you some take-home immediate exercises or movements that you can use to enhance the client experience. Hope you enjoy it. Before we get into the exercises, I just want to talk a little bit about this concept of mobilizers, because what we're looking to do is add a very subtle degree of movement into what may typically seem to be a static stretch. So we're not necessarily looking for a massive amount of movement, we're just looking to get extensibility in the soft tissue, the connective tissue and the fascia, but what it also starts to do is to get the client to focus on rhythmical, the 90-92 stretch. So again, the most important setup of this exercise is the hips are square and facing the plate. Once losing position, all I'm going to ask you to do is to take her right arm, actively lean forward and just reach towards my hand here, so that actually what we're getting is a rhythmical movement. So we actively work the hip on the plate, and the opposite arm drives movement across the body. And if we look at this from a myofascial lines perspective, we're starting to load the back functional line, so glute to opposite lat. And again, the arm is a driver to increase extensibility through the whole of that back functional line. To reiterate, rhythmical, subtle movements, not big ranges. So a 2 there for the 90 minutes. I'm really looking more globally at myofascial lines and really integrating mobility for the whole body. So, all I'm going to get her to do is take a split stance, left foot forward, and just to make sure that, again, her weight is centered in the middle so that she's balanced. All I'm going to get her to do is take the opposite arm and just drive down towards the knee, and then open out and extend through the anterior aspects of the body. So I'm just going to let Lou do that a couple of times because it's quite a complex movement. So what we're looking for is a loading to the hip as we drive down towards the knee, and an opening as she drives over the right shoulder. And you'll also notice that the eyes are following the line of the hands. So as we come in, we're loading the posterior chain, and as we open out, the anterior chain. If we talk about that from myofascial lines, we've got coming in, the spiral line, the back functional line, and as we open out, the front functional line. So totally a whole body mobility exercise for the ankle, hip and thoracic, and also some key myofascial lines. The last exercise really is going to target the lateral line in terms of myofascial continuities, but the IT band and the hip, some key areas that are often very tight and immobile in lots of our clients. And if we free the hips up, the powerhouse of the body, we get a much better range of motion. So, Lou's planted with one foot, the big toe stays down, and all you'll see is she's using her opposite arm for support, using the foot to drive the hip in the frontal plane, and the opposite arm overhead to drive her into lateral flexion. So again, rhythmical movement, it's a subtle range, and you'll see that what we're getting is right from the ankle complex through the hip into thoracic spine, is total body mobility in the lateral aspects of the body.